Alright, so I just wanted to show my measurements for the ECU side of the ignition system. So I just took some magnet wire, or I'm sorry, spring steel, or music wire is what I was trying to say. And I just back probed the first cylinder from the ECU side of the ignition control module or igniter, however you want to say it, as well as the ground, and have my my earth ground connected to that ground through the oscilloscope. It's just a regular 1X 10X probe. I have it on 1X right now. And coming over here to the oscilloscope, we can see a few things. So this right here is what's called T0. Right up here, that's T0 right now is set at negative 1.04 milliseconds. And then we've got X, which is, I was just using these time markers to see what the total amount of time is. Not that it's super important for the project I'm working on, but we're looking at roughly about 1.75 milliseconds. The important thing is the voltage. So we start off here with marker B, which we can see voltage marker B is sitting at about 40 millivolts. And if I zoom in here, zoom back out, delay or advance, delay it so that I can get right there on the center. Then increase my seconds per division. So right now we're at 20 microseconds per division. And going back over here to B volts, sitting at about roughly a quarter volt negative at the dip there. That's going to be when the ECU provides the voltage to drive cylinder 1. I'm going to bring this back up to what the nominal was, which was about 40 millivolts. And coming back over here, we're going to increase it back up. Change our delay again. I'm going to bring us over to the falling edge. Zoom in here. We can see that voltage A sits at about 3.96 volts at its peak. And of course it oscillates down. So on the ECU side of this igniter, there is no inductive kickback. And I was thinking about it, there should not be an inductive kickback on the ECU side being driven through this NPN transistor. It's a power transistor that's driving it, but the main thing that I wanted to focus on is the 96 Sidekick Sport uses a 2-wire coil on plug system, and I went to pick and pull and pulled a bunch of 3-wire coil on plugs from like a 2000 Vitara, and that is a 3-wire which has the igniter or ignition control module built into it. And on my post on the Suzuki forums, I have both wiring diagrams on my post. But one of the concerns one of the forum members brought up was that there would be some EMF or some a high voltage kickback or an inductive kickback from the coil. And although, yes, this is a separate igniter module and having an igniter built into the coil, some EMF, like residual EMF in the area, might be causing some inductive kickback. At least with the separate igniter module, there is no inductive kickback. So, yeah, just wanted to
have that information available for everyone.